Greetings from Kayaza in central Uganda, where we are visiting our solution entrepreneur who practices vermiculture as a business. Curious to learn more about this eco-friendly local income skill? Come along and let's learn together.
We decided to come up with this technology of using worms to solve farmers' challenges of feed and the fertilizer crisis. My name is Martin Tenywa. I'm an expert and trainer in vermicomposting or raising earthworms. Vermiculture is the process of multiplying earthworms and recycling organic waste because inorganic fertilizers are imported and they are really expensive. When you want to start vermicomposting, you need to have a quality startup seed stock, the worms, and for here we use Insenia fetida or the red wiggles because they are aggressive and they can convert fast organic waste into the compost or the fertilizer that you want. You can get it from outgrowers of earthworms, for example, Ant Organic Farm ourselves. The place where you raise the earthworms should be well aerated. There should not be waterlogging, and you should be with a reliable waste source. It could be manure on your farm, cow dung, poultry droppings, rabbit droppings. You need to prepare a bed or a box where these worms are going to be introduced. This box is 1 square meter. You're going to introduce topsoil. If you don't have it, use vermicompost itself. This will enable the worms that you're going to introduce to find an environment that is similar to which they have been in. You can mix in a bit of grasses to make sure there is aeration. Sprinkle a little bit of water because our worms like a moist environment. We are now going to introduce 1 kilo of these worms in one point. They will start spreading within the bedding that you have already made. So within the next 3 days, you're going to introduce about 10 kilograms of cow dung. You can use also organic waste. We spread it so that the heat in it goes away or reduces. We leave that spread cow dung for a period of about 2 to 4 days. We then use that cow dung to feed our earthworms. The worms will start multiplying significantly, and then they will be able to treat large quantities of waste. So you introduce the food on top and they will keep on eating it. So you keep on compiling boxes on top. Every layer you see, you introduce feed. After finishing feed from here or decomposing or composting this box, you're going to introduce another manure or cow dung into the next box. They'll move from this layer to another layer. Then, after depleting the manure in this layer, they are going to come on top. And if you're to harvest, we always remove the first layer off with the earthworms. You have to have a mesh to prevent birds or rodents or rats that might come to eat these earthworms. Also, make sure you cover this mesh with a black polythene. So we have different methods of harvesting. One is the self-migratory method. You can sieve and separate the compost from the earthworms. So what you see passing through is the compost that we really need. It is high in NPK, high in organic matter, and it is really good for crop growing. Besides the compost, you can use earthworms as feed for your fish, pig, and chicken because they contain about 60% crude protein. That means they are good for your animals' growth and health. Earthworms are like any other business. They need a lot of care, they need proper management, and they need also, you have to keep your records. If you're to raise your chicken, your fish, or pig, 70% of the cost goes into feed. Imagine reducing your cost of production by 31% as a farmer. It makes really a big difference and profit.